to work with what we got at first. Work with the chamber. We need to identify, we need to do a needs assessment to identify what businesses we need in the community. Then we can look at the home-based businesses and other entrepreneurs and identify what businesses we have that already exist. So if I do law and you do real estate and someone else does bonding, then maybe standalone, you're kind of struggling, but maybe if you do an LLC and we can hook people up like that and get them together to do an LLC, they can have one business, and as one person begins to excel and grow, they may elect to leave that location, find someone else to replace them, or the other two people may say, hey, we're growing too, so we can hang right now on our own, the two of us. So that's the kind of synergy that I want to see in South Shore.
So do you think there's ordinances or the rezoning, or is there something that can be done down in city council that will help the business community or help that vision, push that big vision forward?
I think that we already have the tools in place. We have not utilized them. We don't have a small business improvement fund. That is a powerful tool. We have businesses on 53rd that have utilized their small business improvement fund. We got one business that utilized it 3 times. We got Lenora at the Give Me Some Sugar Bakery, who expanded her bakery into a deli. She had to dig in her own pocket and pay for that. Now, I'm not saying that entrepreneurs should not expect to have to pay to do business, because I've been an entrepreneur. I've had an Auntie Anne's, a KFC, a construction company, the Sanctuary. I mean, I know you have to invest in your own business, but guess what? When you come into specific kinds of communities where the income levels are not at a certain point, and it's a growing / regentrifying community, there are tools that cities provide, and you should be able to utilize that tool. 71st Street, we have not been able to utilize that tool. We do not want 71st Street looking like that. We need the same tools that have been available in Hyde Park to make their community nice. That looks like a real community. Our stuff looks like bombed out Beirut. So, no, I don't like having a business in a neighborhood that's not cute. Because I'm cute. But, I think that we need the tools to get the job done. We don't have the tools available. So we have to implement a small business improvement fund, try to understand and identify the funds to regenerate the TIF, work with the chamber to identify some businesses, and, really, I see it, that's why I said the people are the resources, because we need to decide that that's what we want. We need to decide this is what we want, and you need to decide how you're going to contribute to that.
Okay, next question.
A couple of questions, they're related. The first question, earlier you said that when you were talking about TIFs, that Hyde Park was utilizing their TIF, but we are not. How does that happen, and who makes the decision to implement a TIF or use it? Secondly, you just talked about an improvement fund. I probably am not saying all the correct words, but
Small business improvement fund.
thank you, small business improvement fund. Second question would be, how is that funded?
SPIFs come from monies that are set aside and also from monies that are generated through a TIF. I took the time to go to the Small Business Improvement Fund authorized TIF district, and there are no TIFs, there are no small business improvement plans scheduled for 71st Street. This is a list of all the small business improvement funds that have been approved thus far. Summercore is the organization that handles TIFs, small business improvement funds for the city of Chicago. I called them. We're not scheduled to have a small business.
So I think the question though was, where does the money come from? I mean, specifically, is it federal money? Is it state money? Is it city? Because all we hear right now is that because of the whole pension problem, funding problem, there is no money. So under your plan, where would that money come from?
Well, TIFs come from tax. It TIFs come from the increment in the tax base. We don't have a lot of businesses on 71st Street, so I don't know how our increment is going to actively grow. That's something that we're going to have to figure out. And I think that we probably will need some type of special jump start to help, generate some businesses and get that increment growing. But a TIF is for tax increment financing.
Where does that come from?
It comes from the tax base. It comes from the commerce, it comes from property tax.
So property tax, so it's a combination of both.
It's a combination of both. And if you're a special person, you might be able to get some other monies added to help you do special projects in your ward.
And you're saying that in your plan, you think if you were elected, you would be able, going in as a first-time alderman, to get these special monies?
I think that I have more experience than any candidate, and I think that in reference to economic development and sustained growth of a community, I've worked with TIFs when I ran a community development corporation. I think that I have a demonstrated track record and a knowledge of how to utilize government and legislators to be able to work some type of a plan to come up with ways to fund. We had a CDC in this area. I developed a CDC in this area, didn't I? And it never got off the ground.
CDC?
A community development corporation. And a community development corporation is one way to get additional funds because we bring nonprofit, the CDC, and a for-profit entity, whoever wants to invest, that we want. And we come up with creative ways to finance a project and make it happen. Doty Road out there on 115th, that was a project I worked with. That was my project before I left the CDC, and it took 14 years to get it done. I left there December 31st, 1999. It opened in June of 2013.
Okay. All right, we had a question on this side. Right on this side.
I'm sorry, that's time.
Let me just take one more question. Okay, well,
I'm taking leadership privilege now. Let's move to the next section.
Okay, all right. So we'll take this 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll give your final remarks.
Wait.
So
No, she's going to do her final remarks. We're going to hold it. We'll extend the entire session to 1 hour.
Okay.
we're not doing that.
No, we're not. We're going to do
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with final remarks. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I am asking that you look at an alderman who is prepared and ready to serve. I have a background in economic development. I have a background in business development. I've worked to retain businesses in South Shore. I've brought new businesses to South Shore. I've participated in all the community programs community-led programs that we have in this ward. I've worked with the Food Hub, Good Food Hub, the Pop-Up Divas. I've had rooftop dancing. I do all kinds of community wellness. I know about hospital services because I served on Mount Sinai's board for 10 years. So I know about how to work with those kinds of people to bring a trauma center here. I will be passing out literature, and I have photos. My demonstrated track record, it is real. I have a real business on 71st Street, and I'm a real stakeholder.